Hi, this is a presentation on an augmented reality prototype. The prototype is the VB Suite app and its application in teaching and learning in health sciences education. Welcome to the presentation on augmented reality using the Visual Body Suite app in TNL. This is the health sciences education classroom, and I will be showing you augmented reality using the VB Suite app and applications to teaching health sciences education. The content presented today will be some of the respiratory system. And in other slides, there'll be QU student study areas which students can use the app in which to study and review. So now I'm going to present the next few slides, the VB Suite app and how to use it on your iPhone. Go to the App Store and you'll see image number 1 shown in the arrow. After you successfully download the Visible Body Suite, it'll appear as an icon. This is an image of the icon, image number 1, hotspot number 3 of the VB Suite app. The contents on the VB Suite app are listed on the right. Today we're going to focus on clicking on Systems. Then you'll see a drop-down of 3 choices: respiratory system, respiratory bronchial, and respiratory zone circulation. Click number 1, respiratory system, under structures on the top. Follow the arrow. Next, we're going to focus on the respiratory system views. In these 2 slides, though, are showing some of the systems that are available on the VB Suite app. So on the top left-hand side today, I'll be demonstrating the use of the app, showing images and hotspots in the respiratory system views. So follow the blue arrow and click Respiratory System Views on your iPhone on the VB Suite app, and it will open. So image number 2 is actually the app showing the respiratory system, and hotspot number 1 is the respiratory system. What I did to get this image, number 2, is I typed in RES to view image number 2, and then I clicked respiratory system as shown in the previous slide, which is option 1, and this is what appeared with the skeleton and the frontal view of the respiratory system. In this slide, we see image number 2 using the app with hotspot number 2. To get to this image and hotspot, I clicked dissect on the previous image of number 2 from slide number 9 and got this frontal view of image number 2. And the hotspot shown is a respiratory system showing the organs and the diaphragm. Follow the blue arrow. So shown here is image number 2, and in the app, the respiratory system, I click dissect from the previous slide, and now I'm showing you hotspot number 3 called the middle lobe medial segment, which is middle lobe medial segment, and it's the right segment of the right lung. In this image, this is image number 2, which is the respiratory system. And what I did is I clicked dissect of slide number 9 and got this image. And the hotspot number 4 of image number 2 is the frontal view of the left middle lobe medial segment. Just follow the blue arrow. It's pointing to the medial segment of the left lung. In this slide, I've changed the physical environment to the student study area on the 3rd floor outside the library of Quinnipiac School of Medicine, there's study areas in which students can use this app on their iPhones to study and review. Shown in this image is an image number 3, um, a virtual image using the app. And hotspot number 1 with the arrow, if you follow it, is the medulla oblongata right side angle of the person. I rotated the person, which is a woman, and then on the VB Suite app, I clicked rotate, which is the hotspot, to see the dorsal view, angling the person to the a little bit to the left, and you can see the bilateral view of the medulla oblongata, the right and the left lobes that control respiration. Then in the same image, in the student study area on the 3rd floor of the medical school study area outside the library, where students can, which is a physical environment. This is the image number 3, and this is the second hotspot. In the app, I clicked the image. On the app, I clicked rotate, and it rotated the image that you saw previously to the right side, showing you a hotspot now, using the rotate button, clicking that, showing the right side view of the medulla oblongata, the right lobe of the right organ of the medulla oblongata in the brain, and this controls respiration. Then, in the same physical environment and student study areas, I clicked rotate again of the previous image that you saw, 90 degrees in the VB Suite app, showing you the same image, but now hotspot number 3 is the right angle frontal view of the medulla oblongata, and you can see the arrow pointing to the right medulla oblongata at the point of the arrow. That would be image number 3, hotspot number 3. Now we're in the physical environment of the health science education classes, the classroom, showing the respiratory system, and it's the image number 4. Image number 4 shown in that classroom is a respiratory system dorsal view with the skull, and the hotspot is that I clicked dissect on the top, and it dissected the skull and the cortical skull, but it left the covering of the medulla oblongata shown with the arrow. That's hotspot number 1. Clicking dissect, it removed the cortical skull, but what's remaining is the skull covering the medulla oblongata, which is protecting the control of the respiratory system. This is image number 4, respiratory system. It's the dorsal view. And in order to get hotspot number 2 for image number 4, I clicked rotate on the app, the VB Suite app, and produced a right dorsal view of the AR image, rotated to the right, showing the skull covering the medulla oblongata. So the hotspot is clicking rotate, producing this angled view of the of image number 4. Then with the same previous image, it's still image number 4 with a third hotspot. In the VB Suite app, I clicked rotate a couple of times from the previous slide. Now I'm showing you the left side view of the respiratory system. Hotspot number 3 is using rotate as the button to change to show you the hotspot. And the hotspot is the left view of the medulla oblongata covered by the skull. And just follow the arrow where the point is, showing the skull covering the medulla oblongata. Now we have in the VB Suite app, I am showing you image number 5, which is the respiratory system. However, I clicked dissect from the previous image, and then I clicked rotate. So I clicked 2 things, dissect and rotate. Now we have a right angle view of the respiratory system, and the hotspot is the right angle view of the medulla oblongata shown at the tip of the arrow that controls respiration. Now I'm still in the VB Suite app showing you image number 5 from the previous slide. In order So now image number 5 is a door. Now I'm showing you hotspot number 2. I clicked rotate multiple times, and now you see the dorsal bilateral view of the respiratory system, and the dorsal bilateral medulla, and the hotspot is the right and left medulla oblongata that controls respiration. So now we're still in the VB Suite app, and we're viewing the respiratory system, but we have image number 6 now. Image number 6 is the frontal view of the respiratory system, and the hotspot is showing you, hotspot number 1 is the ribs covering the respiratory organs. In this slide, I had created this by clicking in the VB Suite app, rotate. So we still have image number 6, which is the ribs covering the respiratory system. Click rotate, then you get a hotspot of the right view of the ribs shown here. Follow the arrow, the tip of the arrow showing you the ribs. Then I'm in the VB Suite app continuing. I am viewing it, the front, so it's image number 6, and I clicked rotate and dissect. Now we've dissected the ribs, and we're from the previous slide, and now we have a frontal view of the respiratory system, and the hotspot shown is the frontal view of the lobes, the right and left lobes of the lungs, including the organs in the front of the brain. While in the VB Suite app, I chose to view the functional unit of respiration, which is shown here with the app, which is image number 7, and hotspot number 1, if you follow the arrow, are the alveoli cells. Continuing with the functional unit of respiration, I then chose to view, which is image number 7, I chose to view hotspot number 2, which is the pulmonary capillary beds, and they're shown with the arrow in red and blue. While in the VB Suite app, I then wanted to show you hotspot number 3 of the functional unit of respiration. So I clicked respiratory bronchioles, and this is shown at the arrow. Follow the blue arrow, showing you the respiratory bronchioles, which is hotspot number 3. So I'd like to say thank you and credit the Edward and Barbara Netter Library at Quinnipiac University School of Medicine in North Haven, Connecticut. And I had signed up through the Quinnipiac website, going to visiblebody.com, and with my Quinnipiac email. And I'd like to also credit and thank the library director for the training to the website and the use of the app. So I'd like to also credit in this presentation the website visiblebody.com, which is the website that is the basis and underpinning for the iPhone VB Suite app. And I signed up through my Quinnipiac University email, setting up an account. I'd like to mention the references, that I'm a subject matter expert in neuropharmacology, and I have one article listed in Life Science of Cholinergic Pharmacology, in which botulinum toxin A affects respiration. And the other 2 references are the current used Bernalivy Physiology, Principles of Pharmacology, which is the underpinning for the curriculum. And the VB app for iPhone is the VB Suite app, located at the website www.visiblebody.com. And I'd like to thank you for your attention and your consideration.